How to do, what it be, and welcome to Lady Walker, etc. Lady Walker, etc. Lady Walker, etc. Lady Walker, etc. Coming at ya. Yeah. Okay, I am Lady Walker. Okay, one day I will tell you all about that name because that is my real name, and I will tell you all about it some other time. Listen, love. Oh, by the way, let me tell you what Lady Walker, etc. is all about. It is about me sharing my perspective, my viewpoint, aka my opinions on any and everything under the sun. Whatever interests me, whatever topic is of interest to me, that is what I am going to expound, or should I say expatiate up on. How about that? And I also love you are invited to share your perspective on it as well, whatever topic that may be. Okay, now, what is the topic at hand that is of interest to me? Driving etiquette. You guys, I tell you what, I am a driver. I have been driving forever and a day, or is it forever and a day? I've been driving a long time. And I'm not saying that I get it right all the time, but you know, when you drive, you have to look out for other people as well, because you may be on your best behavior as a driver, but some of the people that are sharing the roadway with you, some of them may not be doing their part, okay? They may be putting other people in harm's way, something from that standpoint. But I like that, but they would look at it as a vocal pause instead of saying it's an Okay, now these are driving etiquette. Like I say, sometimes we'll miss the mark, okay? And I know I miss the mark at times, but then there are times I am on good behavior when I am on the roadway, because we are sharing the roadways, okay? We are sharing them. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to have that, to be able to drive on the roadway. So since we have that honor, since we have that privilege, at least if you're licensed. But then there are people who don't have those license for whatever reason, but they do still share that roadway, but that's not what I am talking about. But let's do what we need to do to just make sure we all get along. How about that? Okay. Now, one of the driving etiquette is put your blinkers on when you are getting ready to make a turn. Whether it's a left turn or a right turn, put your blinkers on. Oh, I cannot even count the times, because it have been so many times where I am behind someone. I'm the behind driver, and the driver that is in front of me is getting ready to make a turn, and he or she will not turn on the blinkers. Why? That's why they are there, okay? Most of them are on the left-hand side, okay? Now, if they are not working, do the hand thing, let that window down, and do the hand thing, straight out, and some kind of way down. Do that if they're not working. And by the way, just get them fixed, okay? When you get some moolah, aka money, get them babes fixed. But if they are working, which most times they are going to be working, even if it's an old model car, I believe the blinkers will be working. Use them, love, use your blinkers. That is to let people behind you know that you are getting ready to make a turn, so that they will not be flying up, driving fast behind you, not realizing you are getting ready to make a turn, okay? When do you put them blinkers on? Well, you don't put it on the minute you make that turn. No, you put them on, is it a few yards or a yard or something back? I could say feet, but 100 or so feet back. Put them on at least 30 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 10 seconds before you get ready to make that turn. put them on then. You counted 10 seconds in your mind or something like that. I didn't mean yours. But sometimes I put mine on, I say probably at least 30 seconds. Give people sufficient time to decrease their speed so that they won't ram me in the behind, my car bumpers, causing an accident. But put your blinkers on. I mean, that's why they are there. And, if you have the police behind you and you don't cut them blinkers on, they can stop you and give you a ticket because you didn't cut your blinkers on. Use them. That's why they are there. They are not there to be part of a Christmas parade. No, they are not there. It's just a no-brainer. Okay, it's common sense. Common sense will tell you if you took your driving test, you would know to put those blinkers on, okay? I don't care if you are old as Methuselah. You should know to cut them blinkers on when you are making a left or a right turn. Put them on so that the people behind you would know that you are getting ready to make a turn so that they can slow it down behind you. And you know what ticks me off, speaking of slow it up behind you, when I'm driving, I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and I'm not going to be flying up and down various roadways because the roads are written with potholes, so I am not going to fly up and down that road. Then I look in the rearview mirror and I see this nut flying up behind me. Even if I am at a traffic light and the traffic excuse me, the traffic light is on red, why are you flying up behind me like that? I can't go anywhere the light is on green. Why? Have you ever looked in your rearview mirror and you are at a standstill for where there's a lot of traffic is moving at a snail pace, or you are at a traffic light or whatever, and you look in the rearview mirror and you see this nut flying up behind you like crazy? That's just a tick off. Anywho, that's the driving etiquette, is to put your blinkers on. Okay. When it's raining, whether it's not pouring down rain or whether it is raining cats and dogs, slow it down. Slow it down. There is no need to be flying like a bat out of Hades. And y'all know what Hades stands for, right? Hell. But there is no need driving like a bat out of Hades when it's raining. And you shouldn't be doing it even if it's not raining. But when it's raining, whether it's not a downpour or not, because that is when an accident is really more likely to happen. You see so many people just flying in inclement weather. Why are you doing it, love? Why are you doing it? Why are you flying like a bat out of Hades? Is that called for? So, slow it down, please, because again, you don't want to cause an accident where you can cause harm to somebody else as well as yourself. And if someone else is in the car with you, you can cause harm to that person. So just slow it down. It's not going to hurt you. You're going to make it to your destination. Just, I guess, just slow it down, okay? That will minimize your chance of causing an accident if you just slow it down during inclement weather or when it's raining and snowing and all of that. But some people, I guess they get a thrill out of it. Well, that's a thrill you need to put in check, love. Put that thrill in check. Okay. Another driving etiquette is don't tailgate me, love. Don't you tailgate me. No tailgate me. I don't need you to tailgate me because that is subject to cause an accident. It is subject to cause an accident, so do not tailgate me. I don't know why people do it. I try my best not to do that. I know sometimes people may be going slow. They're not going at the fast speed that you want them to go because you are in a hurry. Then you are tailgating these people. Somebody ought to do it back to you as well. But to me, it's just wrong in every way. Okay, tailgating somebody. And you tailgate people because some people want you to get out of that lane. Now, what if it isn't another lane to get into, okay? And what if you can't get over? Why are you flying behind me like that? Because the person in front of me may be going slow, and the person in front of the person that's in front of me may be going slow, and you all up on my tail bumper. You need to stop that crap. Okay, let's see what else. Here is another driving etiquette, love. You know when you're at a certain speed. Okay, I'm at a certain speed, and don't pull out in front of me. Okay, when you see behind me, there is no car behind me. Before you pull out in front of me, just wait till I pass you, and I'm so close up to you, and you decide you want to pull out, and I'm right here. And then when you pull out, guess what? You're going slow. You're going slow as Christmas. But you know what? Speaking of Christmas, Christmas is coming pretty fast, even though the year just started. The years be flying, okay? But anywho, you pull out and you go slow as Christmas. Yes, so stop that. And if you're going to do that, will you increase your speed? Okay, don't pull out in front of me and just start going slow, or anybody else from that matter. Now, as I said before, we won't always get it right. We will miss the mark at times. And speaking of missing the mark at times, if you are a road rager, and that's a different story. If you are a road rager, bear in mind you do not own the roadway, so there is no need in taking a life. There is no need in taking a life because you can't get your emotion in check. You can't get your emotion in check. You need to stop that. So many people's lives have been taken because they are not going fast enough for the nut that is behind them. Oh my God. If anybody who shouldn't be on the roadway is the road ragers that will cause harm, that will pull out a gun and kill a person just because. Okay? Anywho, you need to slow it down either way. And another thing. Oh my word. When we are, okay, I'm visualizing this in my head, love. I am visualizing that there are a lot of road etiquette. Oh, so many, and I am not going to touch upon a lot of those because I don't have many written down. But yeah, I'm just going to tell you what I have down here and what I don't have that I can recall from writing something down years ago about driving etiquette. Well, I tell you what, I'll come back to some driving etiquette because I want to move on to something else of interest. This topic is somewhat trendy. Well, it has been trendy on the internet, on social media especially. It has been trendy for a few weeks, maybe a month or two. And I don't know if the reason this guy put it out there is because he probably knew that somebody was going to leak it. So he decided to come forth himself, and he started posting pictures of his wife, who has Alzheimer's. And I know some of you already know who, when I said that you probably know who it is. Anyway, her name is B.Smith. B.Smith is, she's still living, but she was an American restaurateur. She owned 3 and maybe more restaurants. She's an author, TV host, she was. Author, TV host, a restaurateur, model, and a host of other things, okay? She is said to be worth millions of dollars. I don't know exactly how many millions, but she's said to have a net worth of millions of dollars. Now, she's been married to this guy, whose name is Dan Gaspy. He is 65, I think, and B is 69. And they have been married for 26 years. And about 6 years ago, she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Yeah. And now Lord Jesus. Anywho, old boy has moved his girlfriend in with he and his wife B. Okay? He has moved her in. By the way, his daughter has moved in as well. She thinks she's 32, according to my research. And B doesn't have any biological children. And Dan has 1 daughter. And let me see, B has no brothers and sisters as far as the knowledge that I have. She doesn't have any brothers or sisters. her parents are deceased. So it's B. I don't know about cousin or anything from that standpoint, but she is married to Dan Gatsby, and the lady is worth millions. And he did. You would think, well, why don't you take her to a nursing home or something, a high-scale nursing home, since she has the money for that to be paid? But he wants to take care of her himself, as well as his 53-year-old girlfriend, Caucasian girlfriend. B.Smith is a black woman. What that got to do with it? Maybe nothing, but I'm just giving you the race. She's black, he's black. The 53-year-old girlfriend is white. So you can make whatever you want to make of it. Even if she was black, to me, it would be wrong. Now, the reason I'm telling you this here, it gets you to thinking, you know what, maybe that's a talk that married people need to have. I know it's not a pleasant conversation. It's not pleasing to talk about what if this happened. Nobody want to be calling things like that for. But listen, it's important that couples have the talk. What they want to be done in case they come down with mental illness, Alzheimer's, dementia, which dementia is said to be like the umbrella, and then you got all these other form of dementia and Alzheimer's that's underneath that. Let me see, where was I? Oh yeah, the talk. You need to have the talk. It's not a pleasing conversation, but you need to talk about it. What is it that you want your husband or your wife to do? Do you want your husband or your wife to just take care of you, don't have a life, especially with Alzheimer's? You lose your memory. You lose your memory, and sometimes you may revert to being more like a child. You're not responsive as an adult or anything from that standpoint. You may forget who your spouse is. You may forget who your kids are. You may forget who your family members are. You may forget that. Now, a person can have Alzheimer's or dementia for a long, long time, but their brain, parts of their brains being ate up, the memory and all, their memories and all of that. So I guess he looks at it as, she's more like a child, mentally wise, because of this Alzheimer's. So I guess he is in need of companionship. And I tell you what, since he came forth, people have been very critical of him, which, that's to be expected. Be very critical of him. And some people are threatening his life because of letting his girlfriend move in. Okay, some people think that maybe she may poison B. You may not know that she's doing it, but maybe she may poison B. Maybe he may poison B, and it'll be a slow dying death just to get her out of the way. You're looking at the money. They said that this woman, she's known to go after black men who have money. Okay, that's what's being said about it. But he put it out there. And he gets no sympathy from me, especially when you move your girlfriend in. You're not probably sleeping in the room with B. You're probably sleeping with your girlfriend. And of course, his daughter was okay with it, but that's his daughter, B's stepdaughter, okay? B. Smith's stepdaughter. So she's with her dad on that. And it's just a sad thing. I mean, he could have hired, they got the money is there. I'm assuming the money is there. He could hire around the clock, 24 hours, 7 days a week care to come in and care for that woman. But he has moved his girlfriend in, and she supposedly be helping him take care of her. And the pictures are out there on his social media sites and all of that. He has been on Dr. Oz. He has been interviewed, he and his girlfriend has been interviewed by Dr. Oz, been on the Dr. Oz show, the Washington Post, and they're going around like doing a tour, I guess trying to get sympathy for them. Why? It's wrong, but as I said, you can learn something from other people's behavior, okay, put it that way. You can learn something from them. So this should prompt talk between couples. Just in case this happened, what will you insist? Is it okay for me to go on with my life? I will take care of you, but yet I'm going to go on with my life, because B may not even know that Dan is her husband. She may not even know that that white lady, his mistress, is his girlfriend. I don't know. We talking about the memory is leaving, It's just a sad thing. It really is. So, and of course, he's going off because people are really putting him in check. Putting him in check because of his wrongdoing. And as a woman, especially a black woman, I can't really sympathize with you on that or empathize with you on that, because what you're doing is wrong. Why not have a girlfriend who doesn't stay in the home? That's the gist of it. She is staying in the home with him and his wife. It's B's house, and I know they've been married according to, the information research. They have been married for 26 or 27 years, okay? And she's out there on his social media sites. They are showing various things with them appearing to be getting along, but this is a woman whose memory is not there and all of that. So I think it just was a wrong thing, but maybe somebody was going to leak that information, and so he decided to come forward with it instead of it being leaked the wrong way. Okay? But again, have the talk, husband and wives, have that talk and see what will it be okay if your husband or your wife go on with their life. Maybe they'll take care of you, and maybe they'll put you in a nursing home and all of that if the money is there. Maybe they'll leave you at home. Will you be okay if your husband or your wife bring in their lover to stay with you? Even though if you don't remember who that is or you don't know who that is, would you be okay about that? Talk about it. And even though if you two talk about it and you agree that it's okay, you need to have that written down. Have it written down. Go before an attorney and have that drawn up. Have that paper drawn up. If there are parents, siblings that you are close to, let them know. Talk with the whole family. Unfortunately, B doesn't have parents and siblings, so I don't know if she had a real best friend. Well, she probably did, that she could have talked to and let them know that she doesn't want this to happen. If she gets to the point where she's not able to remember anything and she's not able to do anything for herself, maybe she doesn't want another woman moving in who is sleeping with her husband or call herself her husband's girlfriend or whatever. Have that talk. Have that talk. Again, if you got living relatives that you talk to, let them know. We have had to talk. Both of y'all get before them and let them know this is what we come up with in case, not saying it's going to happen, but just in case, if it happens, if one of us comes down with dementia or Alzheimer's, this is what we have planned. Because he said he loves his wife, and let me see what did I do with it. I wrote it down. It was a quote. And let me put it this way. He said something to the fact that he loves his wife, but he cannot let her take away his life. Something from this standpoint. He cannot let her take away his life. In other words, he has life in him. He still has feelings. But B isn't able to fulfill those particular feelings, okay? So have the talk, people. If you are married, have that talk. Have it. So, in the meantime, love, if you like the content of this particular show, let me know. Thumbs it up. Subscribe. Yes, subscribe. And give me your perspective on it. Give me your perspective. What do you think about the driving etiquette? And what do you think about B.Smith and her husband Dan, as well as his girlfriend? What do you think about having that talk with your spouse? Not saying that you are that way, but what do you think about having that talk? And not just amongst you and your spouse, but I also need to be in the company of family members, other family members, so they can vouch that that was what you all agreed to, okay? In the meantime, got to go. You know, love, it has been real. And in the meantime, I'm going to plant you now and dig you later. Ta-ta.